Good morning, ladies. Hey, Michelle, how are you doing?
Good morning.
Good morning, April. Good morning, Miss Shay. Good,
Good morning.
good morning, y'all. How y'all doing this morning?
Good morning.
Shabette, were you able to find it?
No, I actually started doing something else. I'm gonna look it up in a few minutes.
Okay. We're going to get started here shortly. Does anyone have anything they need before a question before we get started this morning?
Good morning,
Good morning,
everyone.
Miss Patience. Are you out walking this morning?
No, I got a dentist appointment. I'm headed to the dentist.
Oh,
I did though earlier. I went walking this morning at like 6:30.
that's a good time. Was it raining? Is it raining over there by y'all?
But it was. You know what? It felt like because usually it's much hotter. It was cool this morning. So
Mm,
maybe yeah.
yeah, I think we're going to have some rain today.
Hey, Janelle, quick question. Would I have to log in?
No, just search
Oh,
your name.
okay.
Mhm. No, you don't have to log in. You can actually print education history. It'll give you a whole printout. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about lead nurturing. So a lot of us have some leads that we have um, received since we've probably been doing real estate, but we don't know how to nurture the lead and turn it into an actual client. So today, that's what we will actually be going over. We're going to get started at 8:30 sharp. We'll let people get into the room. If you know a real estate agent or feel this will be helpful for them, then this would probably be the best room for them. Invite some people in. Good morning, Miss Lashonda. Good morning, Miss Elsie.
Good morning.
Miss Janelle LaShonda is my mentor that I was telling you about. Um,
Oh, hi, Miss Lashonda.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yes. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm just dropping off the baby, so
No
I was like,
problem.
but good
No
morning,
problem.
everybody.
Good morning. That's the purpose of this app is to make it convenient for everybody. So we do all kind of things while we're listening to Clubhouse. But welcome and forgive me for my voice. I'll be coughing, but I'm getting it together, y'all. Good morning, Miss Angel. Okay, so today I'm going to give you guys 5 pointers on nurturing your leads. One thing I do want you guys to study so this all can make sense because, again, I can't really teach it all to you within an hour. But one thing I do want you to study is the sales cycle. How many people are familiar with the sales cycle? Anybody? So it's important as real estate agents that you guys know what the sales cycle is because it helps us understand where we need to meet our clients. And there's several sales cycles. So if you're going to go in and you're going to like Google it or pull it up, you want to find the one where it shows you the difference in a person. When they first start, they start with curiosity. There is a difference between curiosity and interest. So just imagine yourself buying anything that you wanted to have. Let's say that you are getting ready to go out to eat. Let's just use that as an example. And you say to yourself in your head, I'm tired of eating the same thing. I'm pretty sure most of us has been in this process. So we're really we're curious about something different, but we really don't know exactly what it is that we want that's different. So what we do is we go in, and the first thing we do, what's the first thing we do when we decide that we want to do something we've never done before? What did the average consumer do? Guess.
See if somebody else did it or
What the first
Google.
thing? Well, the first thing a person,
Google it.
very good. They're gonna Google it, right? So I decided that I want to eat something different. I'm in curiosity stage. And now that I have made this decision, I can actually taste the food in my mouth. I just don't know exactly what it is. I went to the computer and I Googled best food near me, right? So now I'm in the interest stage. So once I've Googled best food near me, I'm interested in the stuff that people consider that's good around me. And then I go to action stage. The action stage is me going on all of the different websites, looking at the reviews, saying, hey, you know what? This looks good. Everybody says that the food here is good. So I'm going to actually go into and figure out where it is. That is where we want to meet a client. That's when they begin to move the needle. That's when action starts. So let's use that same example and let's go into real estate. There's a lot of people right now who rent is going to be raised. It's time for them to um, do their renewal on their lease, or there's some parents, some kids who are getting ready to graduate college. They're living with their parents or they're living in the dorm and they're just not really sure what their next step is. That's the curiosity stage. So they begin to Google um, housing near where their next job is going to be. So they know where they're going to work. They want to be close to work or close to entertainment. So they begin to go online and search houses in the 77008 area. Once they get online, that is when that's just still we're still in interest. But the minute that they click on a real estate website or they look for a real estate agent and they see a real estate agent come online and they have some ads or something that's in the area in which they want to live, they reach out and they click onto their website. That is the action step that you're looking for. If you can get and most of us meet the person in curiosity and then we give up on the lead. We call them a couple of times, they don't answer, and we say, oh, this lead is not any good. And it's because they haven't worked their way down in the sales cycle. So, what we're going to talk about today is 5 ways to work a person down in the sales cycle in order to make them turn your lead into a client. So, um, we're also going to talk about a few systems that we can use in order to make this a little bit easier. And then, if you're local, I am going to have lead generation class today. And even if you took the lead generation class from me before, this one's going to be different because I am going to add the steps in there of how to create ads and lead nurturing systems and actually how to use those systems. So, but today we're going to go for us to be able to nurture a lead. So, how guys have a wealth of leads that you guys just have? And what I mean a lead is this is the definition of a lead. It is 2 pieces of the 3 pieces of information you need in order for you to contact the person. So, our 3 pieces is email, phone, and name. So, how many of you guys have at least 2 of the 3 on a sheet of paper somewhere? And you have numbers of them. Let's say, how many of you guys have at least 50 leads that you have right now that you have working with?
Absolutely.
I do.
I got a couple of them.
Okay. And so we got these leads, we got them on a piece of paper. We have to first sit down and evaluate where they are. Are they we have to grade them, right? Are they still in curiosity stage? Are they in interest stage? Are they in action stage? So let's imagine that you have 100 names on a piece of paper and they are in interest stage. So the way that we nurture, the number one thing to nurture these leads, what do you think the number one way to nurture them would be?
Put them in KV Core.
Okay, so you're a real estate agent and you don't have KB Core, or you don't know how to use the KB Core to your benefit. What would be your number one thing you should do?
Make initial contact.
Okay, so we made initial contact. So how do I nurture them? I know their name. I got them on a piece of paper, and in my head, I'm saying these leads are no good. What would be my number one thing that I should be doing with them to move them through the cycle? Just guess.
Maybe
Like, what
put
do
them
you
on a
Providing
guys
information.
campaign.
Following up with them and sending out newsletters.
Yeah,
Okay,
put them on a campaign.
Providing
so
information.
right there, that's what I want. Number one thing you need to do is provide content. What you have to understand is that a buyer will visit your material 13 times before doing business with you. So you have to make it easy for them to be able to find you. And the way we do that is through contact through email, website, and social media. So content is your number one friend. That's the way to move them through the cycle. So I tell agents all the time to ask yourself this question: how easy is it to get into business with me? So how much online presence do you guys have? Where how many places can I find you?
Facebook, Instagram, Google, LinkedIn, Twitter for me.
Okay. Who else has something different? So you said four, Lashonda?
Yes, ma'am. Also TikTok, but I try to keep that separate because I do crazy stuff on there.
It's
It's
supposed to
okay.
be 7, right?
Five. You're supposed to have five. You're supposed to show up for online 5 times. So what? That's what you need to ask yourself. So the number one thing right now is if you're not showing up online in 5 different places, you definitely need to work on that. Now, every real estate agent needs to have a blog and they need to have a website. It doesn't matter if it's a great website like you went to Agent Image and spent a lot of money on your website. It could simply be a WordPress, a Squarespace, it could be somewhere. But we need to be running. The reason why we need a website is because you need to be running at least 10 to 15 landing pages on your website. Every agent should have a Google My Business page. It's a free uh, Google Business page that you can use in order to show up online. But if I was to go right now, and I've went through this process before, so that's the reason why it's so dear to me. When I moved from Fort Worth to Houston, I had to find somewhere to live. Of course, I knew people, but I didn't know places. I didn't know neighborhoods. I didn't know anything. And just because I'm a real estate agent didn't make me automatically know geographically where I was. So I Googled houses near, at the time, my office was on Spring Cypress. So I said, houses new Spring Cypress. And the crazy part is a lot of real estate agents did not pull up. A lot of property management companies did, but a lot of real estate agents didn't pull up. Why do you think that happened?
They didn't have a Google page.
Very good. They did not have a Google page and they did not have any Google presence. They were not running any Google ads and they had not done any type of Google Trends or Google Analytics or Google searches to use keywords in their advertising. So the main thing is that you got to show up online. So what the website allows you to do is to run a bunch of landing pages for everything that you want to incorporate in your business. So you can run a landing pages for the local coffee shops, the mom and pop cleaners, the community events. You can run a lot of different landing pages, which will bring traffic to your site. And then another thing you want is you want a blog. And why do you guys think blogging is so important?
It shows you're the expert for that area.
Very good, right? So we should have firmographics and demographics. That's going to be the structure of your conversation in your business and your website. So, do you guys know what firmographics is? All it is the demographics of your business structure. So, it's the stages of where you it's the stages of where you meet a client and attract a client. So, you should have some. Hold on just a second, y'all. I gotta invite Ray up so she can navigate the waters for me. Thanks, Ray. Um, so on your I lost my train of thought. Oh, your firmographics. Even though you may not feel like you are a corporate business, you as a real estate agent is a corporate business. So you need to take a demographic look at your business and figure out what attraction points do you have on your online presence. Because a lot of us is missing that. You can get up and post social media posts all day long. You can post videos. You can do a lot of things. But where are the attraction points? That's your firmographics. What is the demographics of my actual business that would allow me to attract clients? If I don't have attraction points, then I am just doing a whole bunch of busy work and but not necessarily being productive. So you need to not know not only your firmographics of your website, but you actually need to know it for all of your social media sites that you are doing. So we know that the number one way to drive your clients from through your nurture them through your lead channels is to take them from curiosity to action, because an action is actually when they sit down, they do their consultations with you, their listing presentations with you, and you can get them under contract, right? So what do you think the number two thing we can do in order to move them through the sales channel?
Follow up.
So how do we follow up automatically without, so let's use follow up. So because a lot of us are saying follow up, right? We do know that we win and lose in follow up, but what are our tactics for following up? What do we do? How many times? What sources of content do we use?
CRM.
Drip.
Uh, you can actually text them like 5 minutes from leaving their present and just thanking them for coming out to meeting them, or you thankful of meeting them.
Right, so that's step number one. What were you saying, AK?
CRM. Drip campaigns.
So I have drip campaigns, right? So email, an email sequence. Once I have their information, right, by the time they get to interest stage and action stage, I should have all three pieces of their information. I should have had a online way to capture all three pieces. So that's their email, their phone number, and their name. So at that point, I can set up an email sequence because email still has a 400% conversion rate. It keeps me in front of them. It also has an attraction point, right? So when a person reads something that they like, they usually make a move. That's what you consider an attraction point. But also, what email allows me to do with the right system would allow me to monitor the analytics and respond a lot faster to their movement. Let me give you an example. Each one of you guys have a MLS and you set your clients up on an auto email, correct?
I do.
Right? How many of you that say, yes, I do? I have a lot of clients on auto emails. Now, that's an automated lead nurturing system. But how many of you guys go and check to see if the client opened the email on a daily basis? How many of you guys do MLS monitoring on the morning time every day?
I
I
actually
try to do at least weekly.
I actually call like I gotta set up when it send them alert, it send me alert. So I know I don't wanna be blindsided when they call and inquire about a property that they think that I sent to them.
Well, that is good. You should always be on the email, but you can actually go into your auto emails. When you look in it, it'll say that this prospect has visited the portal within the last hour, within the day. It'll tell you how many times they visited the portal. The reason why we want to go to that step is because the person is not going to always call us when they see something. But we can move them through the sales channel a lot faster if I had this type of conversation. So I looked in the morning. I know all of the auto emails go out at 4 a.m. every morning. When I get up in the morning and I do my MLS monitoring, I saw that Ray had visited the portal and she put a heart on two properties. Before I wait for her to call me, I'm going to call her. I'm going to say, hey, I saw that you looked in the portal and you saw 2 houses that you wanted to see. I took the liberty of going ahead, writing up an offer, and scheduling an appointment for me to go see the property this morning at 9 o'clock. The earliest I can view a property is at 8, but I know it's highly important for you to be able to move. So I'm going to go ahead and do a FaceTime video. Would you be available for about 15 minutes at 9 o'clock so you can walk through the property with me? Now, I just moved that person from what? Curiosity to what? Action. How many of you guys are really running your business like that? In this market, we got to be a step ahead of the game. So you can actually go into your and you can beat them to the point. Now, what if you actually go in there and realize that they've never opened the emails? Just because you're getting them doesn't mean that they're getting them or that they opened them, that it didn't go to their spam. So that's the reason why you should monitor your MLS daily. Because if I go in there and I notice that they have not visited a portal in 2 days, I need to pick up the phone and call and ask a question. Hey, I've been sending you emails and I noticed you haven't opened any. Well, I didn't get them, Janelle. Oh, well, okay. Let me check your email, make sure I have the right information. If I have the right information, you may want to check your spam. So that's the reason why we don't use Gmail as our main source of email, because when we send someone something, we really don't know if they opened it or they're interacting with the email or not. F is your friend.
I was gonna
And,
say, Janelle, if I may,
Go ahead.
I actually have it set to where every time they access the portal, I'm getting a text message because it shows me who's active and who's not. And when they're going in, that tells me, okay, they're looking at stuff. And then I initially, when sending them a list of properties, I just automatically tell them, look for an email from one home because they're going to expect it from my email, and I'll tell them what name's going to be on the email, and to check their spam. Like that's my initial kind of like introduction to, hey, I'm setting you up in this portal. And then I tell them how to save stuff, how to communicate with me through the MLS by making notes. That way I can see. And then I have a daily email that comes to me for each prospect, each lead, that tells me what they've done that day. If they've saved something, trashed it, made a note, or whatever, because they can also ask to see a property. So that's kind of how I follow. But I like what you're saying as far as when they do save it, following up with an email like, hey, I saw you save this. I wrote up this offer. I'm going to go by and check. Like, it's like you're taking aggressive action. And I love that.
Yes, we want to take control because the whole purpose of this is to move them from what? Curiosity to action. And I actually like that. Now I understand. Do you use Metrotext or what board are you
Yes,
part
I'm
of?
with Metro Text, and I just put those text message on silent. I don't want to hear it because it'll just bing, 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 bing. I'm like, no.
Yeah, so I with people in Fort Worth, we have three choices of email. I mean, of boards that we can use. Here in Houston, they only have one choice, and I'm not real sure if the MLS does that with the ad and the with the auto emails. I'm looking as I'm talking to you right now to see if they can actually set it up here to do that. But if you can, that's an awesome tool for you to be able to use in order to set your auto emails up on a text message. Um, I don't think Fort Worth can do that. Can they do that, Shell?
Oh, Fort Worth.
Um, I'm 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 not for sure. I don't know MLS like that.
Okay, so if you guys actually go into your portal and you can check your settings. So here in Houston, you can just go to My Matrix, go in here and check your settings. I don't see one for text messaging, but I also have Metro Text too. So it doesn't look the same, but we guys should actually petition to HAR for that to happen for us, so that could actually help us. So that's good, Lashonda, that you have that feature because they don't have it here in Houston.
well, the
And
other thing is you can set your dashboard up to show when people have reacted with their listings or whatever. You can put it up on your dashboard, so every morning when you go in, you can actually see the activity that goes on. But also, what you're saying is cool because a lot of times the people forget that you told them that you can see what they're doing. So a lot of times they think that you're like super cool or whatever, that you read in their mind type of thing. Like, oh, I was just thinking about the house. So that adds value. The other thing is through the platinum system with the app. The app, if you send out the app to like colder leads, it'll actually ding you when they start liking stuff and doing things. I had a past client that went on there and started looking, and I noticed that he was on there looking, but he forgot that I could see it. And he was like, "Oh man, I was just about to call you." And so I just started throwing out houses that he already liked. And next thing you know, we're a client again.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, I found it. I lied, y'all. It do. Sorry for the people who are not in Houston, but for the people who are in Houston, if you go to the far right hand lane and click on your name and go to settings, you'll see portal activity settings, and it will notify you by email or text or a daily summary email of people who saved their favorites. They visited the portable, they saved possibilities, they visited the portal for for the first time, and you can actually put your mobile number and your mobile provider in there, and they will send you those messages. So
Real quick
thankfully,
again, how you get over there?
okay, so go to the top right hand corner where it says hello Janelle. It'll say hello AK. Click the little drop down button.
Okay.
It'll say portal activity notification settings. Y'all, we go to settings, then go to portal
Oh, I got it.
activity settings, and you can set it up right there.
Got it.
So
Thanks.
you're a Jim, Lashonda. Okay. So now that we have our number two, we have email. So right now, if you're using Gmail as your perform of business email, it's time to change it. You can use, there's a lot of different email systems that you can use. Most of us know about MailChimp. They have Postmark. They have several different email systems that you can actually use that will integrate with your CRM in order for you to look at the analytics and see if your marketing is matter, because a lot of times we will spend years, months, days sending out stale mail, sending out mail that no one's opening and paying attention to, and we could spend our marketing dollars and time efficiently somewhere else. So we have mail. Now we have, how many times do you think we should touch these people? How many touches should we be sending out?
Did did you say 7 before? I don't know.
70. I told you yesterday, I told you guys 72. There's 72 touches that you could do in over your database of a period of time in order to move them through the nurturing system. But the average agent will do 33, right? They will touch them 33 times. So if you think about a first person that you've ever met, you meet them, you touch them 4 ways the first time, and you do that every day, right? So that's 20 already. So in 2 weeks period, you could actually touch them 40 times. So I'm gonna pick up the phone, I'm gonna call them, I'm gonna send them an email, I'm gonna send them a text, and then I'm gonna send them some actual mail. I'm gonna do that 4 times every day for 2 weeks. Now some of you may say, oh my, that's aggressive. I don't know if I could do that. Well, we need to wrap our mind around aggressiveness. Yesterday, Ray posted something for you guys to let you know that the market is changing, and it's some habits that we need to change. And we have to realize that there's 50,000 people who possess the same license and the same opportunities that we have with the same amount of people. So, what's going to make you different than the other real estate agent? Now, can that be done? Can that be automatic? Could that be done without physically touching them 4 times?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So give me some ways we could do that.
Email, text.
Right, but that's physical, right? Or can I set it up in a system? Do we have systems out
Oh
there
yeah.
that will automatically text them, automatically email them, and I can send out a piece of mail? Somebody has a hot phone. If y'all could put it on mute, that would appreciate it. But I can I have certain CRMs that I could use, or certain lead management systems that I could use, that will automatically do everything that I said besides pick up the phone and call them. So, and we also have to invest in our business. So later on today in your lead generation class, we're going to learn how to run our business for less than $100 by incorporating some systems in our business that we can use to help us maximize our time. We definitely want to do our 80/20 every morning. So when we sit down and make our millionaire success list, that's the top 15 things that you want to do and accomplish that day. We want to divide it up in 80/20. The 80% is the busy part of it. That's stuff that I should be able to leverage to a system or a person to do for me. And then the 20% is the stuff that only I can do. That means I can only go out and meet new people. I'm the only person that can lead generate for me in a certain perspective. That means in person. But other than that, I can leverage off my showings. I can leverage off contract writing. I can leverage off follow up. I can leverage all of that stuff to a system or a person. So my success list needs to be built on things that only I can do, and then I need to make sure there's a system accomplishing the rest. Now, most of us have KV Core, even if whatever city you in. If you certain most real estate companies use KV Core, so there are some things in KV Core that we can use to enhance this, but they have everything that we need. They have Bum Bum, so you can make your videos. They have Mailchimp, where you can send out your emails instead of using Gmail. They have the website that you need. So all of the things I'm teaching you today, you actually have at your fingertips. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I just wanted to add, we actually just got our first analytics, well, I don't know, report, should I say. Last Friday, we had a team meeting, and our marketing manager, he's the one who's handling the emails going out, and he's the one who can see those statistics. So we were able to glean from that, specifically what email caused us to have the most response. In that case, it was the email where Andre told his own personal story. So we realized that personal stories is what people like to look at. We were able to look at,
Mm-hmm.
the open rate, like you were mentioning earlier. So yeah, he gave us like a whole lot of data that I wasn't even expecting. I don't have it on me right now because I'm at the airport, but yeah, it's very informative, and we were able to, we're able to start um, targeting, those people who was, that are responding the most to those type of stories. We're trying to also, because of that, change Andre's social media presence, how he makes his videos and things like that. So, yeah, it's not just with the emails; it starts to spread into everything else that we do because of the data we were able to glean from those automated emails.
Right. And so I'm glad you brought that up, Diamond. And just a side note, where you going? You didn't tell us you was going on vacation.
We
I was
going to
nervous.
Florida.
Well, good. Be careful, and have fun. But that's one thing I like about the analytics, and I like about data. I'm real statistic and data heavy. If you ask me something, I really know what the statistics behind it. You'll hear me speaking. I'll say 79%, 89%, 2%. It's because I don't like wasting my time, and I don't like doing things over and over again. But it also speeds up the time. So, Diamond, share with us what that data has been doing for you guys, because this is the first time you had a lot of data. But even before, when you guys started marketing, what did the data do for Andre's business, monetarily wise?
Oh man, it helped boost it up, because again, because of that data, we're able to, know exactly what marketing is working, what exactly people are responding to, what are we getting comments and likes on the most. They even brought up the fact that he gets more likes and comments when his wife is in the video than when it's just him. So, just things like that allows us to, again, going forward, change the way he does his videos. Like, for example, the personal stories is what really touches people the most when Andre speaks, or when he gives like these great analogies. So that's what he needs to now focus more on when he's making his own videos. That's what he's going to be doing more of, is making just random videos where he's like, hey, let me tell you guys a quick story, or let me give you some inspiration, um, to help, again, boost that audience even more, and again, create more revenue through that. So yeah.
Right. And so I know I've been telling you guys for months to use MailChimp, to use an analytic for your email. So one switch could save you not necessarily get you more business, but it can save you a lot of time. Because if I know that Andre personally believes that having Chase and having his kids in his videos was what people were attracted to. And little did he know, just with 1 month worth of data, like I'm always telling you guys, monitor and track your business for 30 days. It was not the kids at all. It was him and his wife.
Right, exactly.
Right. So imagine spending years of your time, and a lot of us do this. We spend years of our time because we think we know it all and assume that this is what's selling people on us. So he could spend the next 5 years making videos with his kids, and come to find out his wife was his golden ticket in the first place. So to keep us from doing redundant work, we need to monitor, we need to track what works so then we can scale it. So just in 30 days, he's now at the scaling period. He can literally right now go make 10 videos with his wife, which is an hour worth of work, somewhere with a videographer, and chop it up for a month's worth of marketing, and increase his sales by 50%. Would that make a big difference in your pocket and the income that you're making right now? Analytics matter. So, the fourth thing that I want to tell you guys about is, you got to have a goal, right? You have to have a goal of how many people I want to convert from my leads. And I know that sounds crazy, right? But we'll never have 100%. The reason why you need a goal is because you need a number that you are attracting and keeping in your bank at all times. So if my goal is to turn 10 leads a month into clients, and I know that I need to talk to 100 people in order for me to get the 10 leads to turn them into clients, that I need to have a goal of 100, right? If I want to increase my business, then what would my goal change to? Let's say I want to double my business. What would my goal need to be in order for me to double my business?
200 people.
Very good. 200 people. So now having a goal helps me stay on track. So how many of you have sat down and actually monitored how many people you have to speak to before you get a lead? That's assignment number 1. I want y'all to do that for 30 days. I want you to every day monitor how many people you are speaking to, and do it for a complete 30 days. Write it down at the end of the day every single day. And then see how many leads you got that actually turned into buyer reps and contracts. If you got a bunch of leads if you talk to us 175 people and you only got 5 leads, and you need 10 in order to fill your goals, then you know exactly how many people you need to be talking to on a monthly basis. Now, once you do that for 30 days, the next 30 days, what I want you to do is I want you to perfect your conversation. I want you to perfect what you're doing, because it's in your conversion. It's either in your conversation, or the time, or what you're, or it's either what you're saying, the time you're saying it, or where you're saying it, who you're attracting. So the 3 pieces that you're going to need is a target audience. You're going to need the conversations, and you're going to need the time. Do it for 30 days and it will change your business. It will change your life. I promise you. Now,
Oh, can I add one more thing? I'm sorry.
no, go ahead.
But, like our
You
marketing director, he had also done a survey to get
It sounds like you're in the matrix. So it sounds like you're in the matrix. Move over for a little bit.
is it
Try
any
it.
better?
Let's see. A little
Is it
bit.
any
Go
better?
ahead.
Sent out a survey to everyone who receives our emails to get their response from our feedback rather. They like the email, how the work is for them, and everybody participates.
Diamond. Diamond, we can't hear you, but if you could type it in the chat for us, we appreciate it. Or move over a little bit and try it again.
I know Rayvon had told us the day that you was out she told us to write our goals and then write our growth goals. Our growth goals is how we gonna meet our goals. What action we gonna take to meet our goals. So I kind of like did that because at first I was just writing my goals down, but I didn't write my action plan.
Okay. So share with us, because I'm sure most of the people that's on this phone today were on the phone when Ray said that. So share with us the work that you did. Um,
Well, I wrote down like my goals was to work with buyer, okay, and how would my goal was to work with buyer. I want 90% 90%, I mean 90% seller and 10% buyer. Okay, that was one of my goals. Then I wrote down what do I need that I didn't have that I felt like that would get me to there. So I said, rebranding. What do I need to do to rebrand? I put pick my colors, my logo, my slogan. I need a website. I need business card. I need professional photos, and I need outfits when I take my photos. So um, my growth goals was that Friday when I got off the phone was to work on my logo, my and I did that and I did my website. So now only thing I have to do is take get my professional photos so I can make my marketing material, then set up all my social media page and link them all together. So when I schedule something to post, I schedule one time and it posts everywhere.
that's good. So the action behind it. Do you have your logo?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
So on that list, the goals that you did and the growth that Ray told you to do, how much of it did you get done by today?
I got majority of it done. The only thing that I have to do is get my professional photos done in my wardrobe.
So by
I
go
I
ahead.
I did my marketing material, but I also want to put my face. I want to take pictures with my unfold. I want to take pictures with my hand up, like when I solicit to renters. I want to say why pay somebody else when you can pay your own. But then I want to have like the lost look, and then be let them feel like I can help you, and have a call to action with it.
So just by writing it down, it gave you 50% more power to actually get it done. And that's a lot of our problem is we have our thoughts and our goals and our ideas in our head, and they're not wrote down with an action plan on paper. So I highly suggest, if you guys didn't do what Ray told y'all to do, that you go ahead and do it today. Because just like we tell people now, the house that you see today, someone saw yesterday and is making an offer on it today. The client that you want to service today, someone else already sent an advertisement to it, an email to them, a text message to them, and set up an appointment with them so that they could capture their business and make the money that you were going to make. The more you procrastinate, the more you're going to be moving toward not being successful in this business and trying to figure out what you're going to do next. This is where the agents are really made. This is the do or die season of real estate. See, real estate's been really, really easy for the last 10 years. People got into business, they started making money. And in the last 2 years, you literally just needed a license breath in some type of initiative and you made some money. But the way the market is about to change, which is already going that direction, you're gonna have to really put some skill to this business behind that license. So I say that you should build habits and behaviors that are productive now, because you're going to get to a point of frustration if we can't figure this thing out in the next 6 months. Can your life, ask yourself this question, can your life afford another 6 months of non productivity? How many of us can?
I know I
Nope,
can't. Real
I
estate is
can't.
very expensive, and I ain't get in it to lose.
Exactly. So if we cannot afford to lose, we got to come up with ways to win, and it comes with our behaviors. Our behaviors are a clue of our successes. So whatever behaviors you're practicing right now, and truly say you don't have to scream them out loud on here, but do a self evaluation, self check yourself, and figure out: am I doing productive stuff, or am I doing busy work? Am I just showing up to say that I have a real estate license and I'm doing something? And if you don't know how, it's so much help out here, guys. It's so much help. If you just go back and listen to the clubhouses again, you will have enough to build a business on. I guarantee you. So, but I wanted to say what Diamond was saying, because she's in the airport, but she was saying her marketing manager put out a survey for everyone to receive emails for their feedback. And everyone that participated was put in a drawing for free lunch. So that's what I was telling you guys yesterday. That's called A/B testing. You guys can do it yourselves, or you can use systems that can do it. But what with A/B testing, you're basically saying, if you were to sell your house today, what would make you sell? What would be the reason for selling? Would it be more of income, or would it be more of upgrading? So what you're finding out with A/B testing is what your clients are looking for. So would you be amped to buy a new house versus an old house? Would you want a house with bigger rooms, or would you want a house that had no backyard, close to the city, where you could be in the mix of things? Those are the surveys. That's the information you need to be sending out to your base. But first, we have to have the leads to monitor, right? So when we first started this call, each of us said that we had at least 50 names on a piece of paper somewhere. So that's where we start. We start practicing with these 50. But I would set a goal to meet 50 a day.
If I may add, Janelle,
Hmm.
I went to a coaching class with Robert Camacho. He's really, really great real estate coach. He's amazing. But I actually have a page. It's a one page like formula that literally breaks it down in layman's terms of this is what you need to do to meet this goal. So you basically write down how much money you want to make in a year, um, and what your yeah, like your average commission is or whatever. And it's a formula that tells you, if you do this many times a day or a week, I'm not looking at the paper, this is, you can meet that goal, whatever goal it is you put down. And it's really like, oh wow, I mean, like, it's that simple. You just look at it, you plug in your numbers or whatever, and it tells you this is how many calls you need to make, this is how many, contacts you need to make in order to meet that, $200,000 a year goal or whatever. Like, it's really, really that simple. And I don't know if everybody knows about Canva, but that's a system that I use very heavily to do my automated marketing. Like, I literally will take a day or two out of a month, and I will automate all of my marketing to go to Facebook, Instagram, my Facebook groups, or my page. And that's a really heavy lift off of me to not have to remember, oh crap, I haven't posted on Facebook today, because it automatically posts. And I get so much engagement because it does it every day, like every single whatever day I set it on. So if you don't have Canva, definitely invest in it. It's free, but if you want to do the automatic posting, which is called your content planner, I think the app is like $15 a month or something like that, and it's a game changer for me.
So all of the tools that she's telling you guys, you can Google and you can use. Now, if you have sat down with a coaching consultation with me, I don't use the app. I just tell you what you're supposed to do. So, but it's the app that she's talking about, the formula. When the business clinic, I gave y'all that same formula to know how many calls you need to make, how many visits you need to make, how many open houses you need to hold. So I do that with you guys. But if you do not have a coaching session with me and I'm not your coach, you can actually Google that form she's talking about and sit down and actually do the numbers. But what you're going to realize is that the activities that you guys have to do, you try to move around them, or you have to just really adapt to your mind to say, yes, I'm going to actually make calls. A lot of us want to get around making calls, but calls are important because call is the number one relationship builder. Whether you're making cold calls or you're making calls to people you met, we still have to make calls. We still have to go out and do our basic lead generating, working with our expires, working with our for sale by owners, working with our target audience, going to networking events, doing open houses. All of that stuff is going to be on that sheet. So I'm going to let you know now. It's going to tell you exactly how to move through the sales funnel and get through. But it is a good action tool to have, especially if you do not have access to a real estate coach. But again, these are things that we're using to take the names that we already have. So if you don't already have names on a piece of paper, that's a different class. But if you have a set of leads, these are some things that you need to do. So the last thing that I want you to talk about is retargeting. You guys, earlier I told you you need a website and you need your Facebook and your Instagram so that you can do retargeted ads. But there's some pixels and stuff that you need to have. I'm going to give out a sheet today with all of the links on the step-by-step process to do Google ads, TikTok ads, LinkedIn ads, and Facebook ads and Instagram ads. So every one of them will have the step-by-step processes, what systems to use, and I'm going to print them off and give them to everybody that's in lead generation class today. But if you do not have that information, if you put your number and your email down at the bottom, I'll send it to you guys just for being on Clubhouse today so that you can start creating these ads. But you got to have a platform to be able to retarget. The whole purpose is to retarget the people who visit your website. So if you don't have a website, it's going to be really hard to retarget the people. So a basic website does not cost very much money. You can go to Squarespace, you can go to WordPress, you can actually go to GoDaddy and get a website. Now, I'm going to give you guys a another thing that you guys need. This is your bonus. Is how many of you guys have a live chat button that you are using on your social media or your website?
I do.
So, if you guys have a problem, every time you visit a website, I want you to think of yourself first as a consumer and the things that you like to utilize, you need to implement in your business. So, when you're on a website, 9 times out of 10, most people don't have a customer service phone number. And that's the thing that people hate. They don't like filling out forms, they don't want to give you their information and then for you to call them back. They want to talk to someone right here, right now. So if you had a live chat button, and you can get them from these 3 companies, you can get them from Intercom, 4 companies: Intercom, Drift, Live Help Now, or LivePerson.com. These companies will give you a live chat button that you can actually post on your social media and your website. So if someone visits your blog on your website or visits your website for a community page and they want to have a conversation with you, they don't have to wait for a call back. They don't have to fill out any log forms. They can just literally click the live chat button and have an instant conversation with you. So I would implement that in my business if I don't have it. Now that you have all of these tools, you're going to need some management systems to actually manage this. So if you guys do not have KB Core, you need to invest in Follow Up Boss or 5 Street. I like 5 Street better because it's cheaper. It's only $20 a month, and it integrates with over 100 different lead generation sources. So it literally has 100 different sources where they pull these leads from, and then they manage them and they automatically send them through the lead nurturing process for you for $20 a month. They do have an expensive, a little bit more expensive version of it, but I want you to look those 2 companies up because this is the automated version of the lead nurturing that we've been talking about today. Have anybody used Follow Up Boss or 5 Street? Well, look those systems up. They'll be very implemental to your business. Even if you have KV Core, it's good to have one of these systems as well. So all it's going to do is it's going to take the leads that you're getting from all of your sources. So if you're running Facebook ads, it'll take your Facebook ads. If you buy leads from Ylopo, from Boomtown, from Market Leader, Realtor.com, if you got Zillow leads, it's going to take all of your lead sources and it's going to follow up with them for you to turn them into clients automatically. So you never lose out on a lead. It manages your business and you can see it and it spits out the analytics. So 9 times out of 10, the marketing manager that Andre has is using one of those systems because it does it all in one simple platform. Now, was this helpful for you guys?
Yes, ma'am.
What questions do you have? What comments do you have? What things can I help you guys with so that you can start nurturing those leads and those names on a piece of paper? Because you should be looking at them different now. They're not just names on a piece of paper. They're not bad leads. There's no such thing as a bad lead. If you have names on a piece of paper, you could actually use these tips that I gave you today to turn at least 50% of those into clients.
What time is lead generation
Uh,
class?
12 o'clock.
12. Okay.
I want to attend as well.
So put your information down in the chat, and I will make sure that you guys get the information that you're asking for, as well as the link for the class today, because you can take it online. Now, if you're in Texas, you do get a CE class for it. If you took it already, you don't get the CE, but it's still going to be helpful information for you. If you're not in Texas, you just attend, but you won't be able to use it for CE. Today we have a full office involvement. We have from 12 to 2, we will have a lead generation class. From 5 to 7, we will have our happy hour. We will have a room full of vendors for you guys to come in and speak with. If you are new to the business or you don't have a buyer's packet put together or a seller's packet, this will be a really good time to speak with all the vendors in the room to build your packets, because your job is to increase your consultations, which will increase your closings. So I hope this helped you guys. Please let me know if I can help you guys in any other way. We meet on this app every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 8:30 sharp. Next week, we will have 2 guests, but we will definitely continue to stay on the changes that are happening in our market, and our goal in our lead generation. We're going to stay heavy on that because our goal is to meet our goals by the end of the year. So, whatever you say you were going to do by January, we definitely can still make it happen. We never adjust the goal, so don't change our goal. We're just going to adjust the activities that we do, and we're going to try to do it smarter. Is that fair?
Yes.
Cool. Okay, so if you guys don't have anything else, I am going to I am screenshotting now all of the people and email addresses that want the form. I will make sure I get it, and then if you're here in Houston, I hope to see you in class. If you want to access to the class online, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. You can actually DM me on Instagram at I am Janelle Compton, or you can send me an email. I'm about to put my email address in here, and I will respond to you with the link. I will email you guys the form though that I am talking about. But if you want the class information, just email me. It makes it easier because I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna be the one to send it. Shannon will be, and she can just send it all at one time. Somebody's breaking up. Hold on. I was in the chat. I can't see who's talking. Hold on a second. Try it again because you're breaking up.
Can I get the form from yesterday that you discussed?
I will send it to you.
Thank
I
you.
sent it out to a bunch of people. The people that I sent it to, were you guys able to open it?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I will get it out to you, Tania, today. Um, and the people that's in this email, if you guys want it, I will send out today's form and yesterday's form to you. I just ask that you guys use them because they are helpful. All right. If nothing else, guys, you have a great, productive day. And I look forward to speaking to you guys on this app on Tuesday and seeing you guys in class today at 12.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Y'all have a blessed day.